Hey everybody, I'm Michelle from Cruising with the Coacmens, and we are here at the Coachmen Apex 2026 242BaRV. We haven't shown you this rig since it premiered, and I'm really excited to see what the updates are. Everything on the outside is pretty much the same with one big exception, and that is the pass-through space. You can see that they've added this drop frame, so we have a lot more pass-through space, and the Nautilus board has been added. Great features when it comes to outside. Okay, let's go inside and talk to Max Keagle, the product manager and the guy who designed this rig. All right, we've made it inside. You can see how light and open this rig is. But Max, welcome, and tell us what changes have been made since 2024.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle. I'm happy to be here to show off. Really, obviously, you know, with the new platform, we've got taller sidewalls, we've got a more open concept feel, and we have this new decor for the 2026 model year. And it's a two-tone brown that really opens up the space. It kind of accepts the light really well. Nothing really shrinks. You're not going to lose things, you know, and it doesn't feel like the room is crowding in on you. In an RV, it's tough sometimes because you want to feel very open and you want to be able to move around. This trailer is perfect for that. You know, we've joked in the past about the dance floor and being able to have a nice big dance floor in here, and we've got that. So we still have the awesome BaRV setup with the open window. I can still pass out food and drinks. I can feel like I'm part of the party going on outside while I'm hanging out inside. We have the great theater seats across from the television, the direct view entertainment that I always mention, but we do the trifolds in here as well. So for extra sleeping, if you have any guests and you want to go, I would recommend the trifold sofa and not the theater seat. So there is options for additional sleeping. Because a lot of folks have brought up the dinette is an extra sleeping space. Well, we can solve that with the couch.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So people have been asking me all week here, does everything that I like, is this all coming with it? And it does. It's still got standard 3 refrigerators, 2 televisions, and an ice maker. Standard with it.
Don't tell me there's not enough room for all of your food and drinks, because with this rig, there is. The refrigerator inside, we've got your kind of beer and wine fridge inside, and then outside at the kitchen, you've got another fridge and an ice maker.
Yeah, and the ice maker is actually really great to have when you're camping. It's really nice to have that and not have to, cup it out of the cooler.
Right, so, I like
we still have the air fryer oven in our kitchen, the deep farm bowl sink, our sprayer faucet. We're trying to keep it feeling like home as much as we can, but also we're camping, so we also want to be able to get those views, come in and out, and not really affect things too much. So I also really like the bathroom in this. And
I do like the color changes. I think that it's not too dark, and I think that it really grounds. The darker color on the lower cabinets, it really grounds it, and it looks really, I think it looks really nice, and it complements the blue really well.
For sure. Okay. And I think, too, inside here in this bathroom, so I always want to try to make sure that we do understand that there are different rooms in an RV. I mean, this trailer is under 30 feet, but there are still 3 rooms in this trailer. There's a front bedroom, there's our open living room with kitchen, and then we have the bathroom. So in that frame of mind, with the colors, it's kind of a very intentional decision to make it feel like a separate room. So this will all have the darker cabinetry, but it looks really great. We have an accent wall in here, which you'll be able to see when you step inside. But we also have that deep storage. I'm reaching all the way to that sidewall, tons. And we have tested it. A Costco tote does fit inside here.
Okay.
That's why we removed the center piece right here, so that you can actually fit large totes inside of there.
Oh, nice.
Because that was something that I believe you actually pointed out to me about a year ago, was that this had a center beam right here, so if we did have totes, couldn't put anything inside of there. So little changes like that, trying to recognize what people are actually going to need when they're out camping. So if you step inside of there, you can take a look at that accent wall, the nice big glass door shower.
Okay. I really like this accent wall, and I honestly forgot about that comment, but I love how big that is, because I want to bring in my big bags, my IKEA bag or Costco bag or whatever, and I want to be able to throw it all in there and not worry about it. When it comes to the shower, let's see. I'm going to close the doors for a minute here. If I were taking a shower, okay, I have plenty of room. If I were washing my hair, honestly, can I have this shower in my rig? Because I like the elbow room in here. This is really nice. And I don't feel like I'm crowded, and I've got a couple of shelves up here. Still nowhere to shave my legs though, Max.
I know. I appreciate that feedback. We're going to continue to try to make that shower happen for you, Michelle. I got you.
I know. And then I still have some cabinetry for just basic, like having a place for my hair products and our first aid stuff. All right, toilet test. This toilet has plenty of room. I give all of the toilets no more than 4 out of 5 toilet paper rolls because it is still a plastic toilet. And that's a thing for many people. They really stress. But I like that it's a residential height. And I like that I've got plenty of elbow room. This is the same toilet we have in our rig. And I really like it. So 4 out of 5 toilet paper rolls. And what was it? 5 out of 5 squirts, Brian likes to call it. Anyway, all right, show us the bedroom.
Well, I'm glad you guys liked the bathroom and give it a pretty good review. So now up past the kitchen, we do have the front bedroom. We're still going to have that underbed storage. But as I've been pointing out to everyone, this year we did change to roller shades. That's a nice change for us to have that coming down here. So no more strings, no more losing tension or actually even being able to see inside. This is a nice blackout shade. Nobody can see inside when I bring this down.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's really nice. We've got roller shades everywhere. A couple other things we added. We actually added inverter prep to this trailer. So now if a customer is maybe, let's say tailgating, I know we talk about that a lot, but a lot of these, big events, they don't have power hookups. So adding an inverter can allow you to boondock a little bit and still enjoy the rest of this camper. Absolutely. So extra outlets up front with the extra storage, and we've added Starlink prep, which I'm excited about because for this rig, a lot of people are going to have the TVs on. They're going to want to connect to the internet and stream right to the TVs. So both TVs can be running with that Starlink connection. So more storage than ever before, more headroom. We are now doing 242s, really all of our Ultralight series standard 50 amp. So everything's coming 50 amp, and then we're optioning the second AC, which I always recommend. It's nice to have the extra airflow up in the bedroom.
Absolutely. So the rig comes with 2 TVs, plus you have the option for a 3rd TV in your bedroom.
Absolutely.
So plenty of TV, plenty of storage up here. I like that because we have the added height, we have a drawer plus the full hanging cabinet and all the cabinets above. We really think that our bedroom has plenty of great storage, and it looks just like this. And then adding that shelf behind there just gives it more security when you're putting your phone away. And
I do want to point out that there are a couple other small details that are going to allow you to make the rig your rig. Okay. So, for example, the shelves that are in front of these right here, those actually are flip-up shelves. So if you don't need it, or if you've got something taller that's going to go in there, you can put it down, make the space yours how you want it to be. This week, I got a compliment that I never thought I'd get. They actually liked how in our bathroom on that wall behind the toilet that there's nothing there because people have command strips. People put their own hooks up. Some people don't want anything there. So we're trying to make sure that we're doing things or not doing things that allow it to be easy to own, easy to customize, make it your own once you've got the rig.
It's that flexible space because everyone's camping is a little bit different. Okay, when we were in the bedroom, Max, you talked about this inverter prep. What is inverter prep?
So inverter prep is essentially extra wiring that we are running through from our converter box all the way to the front of the coach, and it allows for a customer to purchase what we recommend, like a 2,000 watt inverter. Really, if you go over 3,000 watts, might be a little bit overkill, but that inverter has all the wiring pulled up front. Then you can mount the inverter in the pass-through. The wiring is all there, so all we would have to do is open that panel, but cut that wire to go in and then back out. So now we've got an inline inverter, and what that's going to do is it's basically going to convert every GFI outlet in the trailer to 12 volts. So you can, CPAPs. It's also the outlets next to the beds, the kitchen, the bathroom, the bar has a GFI outlet, and it allows you to use items that you wouldn't typically be able to use if you're on Sure Power. So it basically is just creating that opportunity to use more power and, do some different things when we are actually boondocking. But that question's very common for me. What is that inverter prep? And really, it's the idea that, once you purchase this coach, I don't want you to have to spend thousands of dollars on running wire to put an inverter in. If you want to add an inverter, it's not that big of a deal. It's really the cost of the inverter, a little bit of labor cost, but not nearly what it would be if we had to string all new wire through this trailer.
Well, and you're not doing any cutting. It's ready for it, which is the scary part. As anybody, if you've been watching our videos, you know how Brian likes to just cut into things, and that can be quite dangerous. So being able to have the inverter and it changes all your GFI outlets, you're ready to go and you're ready to start taking adventures. Will the inverter run an air conditioner?
Well, typically when you're boondocking like that, turning on your ACs is going to be a major draw on the battery. So I'm not going to say no, because technically you can turn the air conditioner on, but you're going to need a pretty serious battery bank. You're going to need a pretty serious power setup to be able to create that opportunity. So we're looking forward to some potential partnerships in the future, they're going to create that opportunity. So it's a really exciting thing to, you know, at least maybe you'll be able to kick it on for a little while, but you certainly wouldn't be able to run it for hours on end. I just, you know, it would be fantastic if that's so, but it's such a heavy power draw. It's just too much on your batteries will just drain very quickly. But like I said, anything is possible. When you do add the inverter, you get enough lithium batteries. We are pre-wired for lithium inside of here. Nothing's impossible. So yeah, it's been a really good, we're that much closer every single year.
Well, considering the 2017 rig that we own, you know, there's a lot that has happened between now and then, and I really appreciate that. So you know that more is going to happen in the future, just the way it's going forward. All right. Well, thanks, Max, and thanks for watching. We appreciate you watching to the end. If you have comments for Max Keagle, comment below. Let them know what's holding you back from buying an Apex, or what do you love most about your Apex? We want to hear from you. And if you are already part of the Apex family, we have an annual meetup. So make sure you're following Cruising with the Coachmen so you can join all of the Apex owners and hang out in a BaRV.
Yeah, I'll be at the meetup.
Thanks for watching.